Okay, it's 8:03. I like being on time or as close to it as possible. Um, my name is Dr. BK Edmond, and on behalf of Dream House Make a Difference Foundation, I'd like to welcome you to a special half-hour event where we're basically going to be highlighting some of the youth. The mission of the Dream House Foundation is to provide resources and educational opportunities that ensure a successful transition from childhood to youth to adulthood. Our vision is to empower, develop, and motivate youth to become productive members of society. I can't think of a better subject for our efforts this evening than Mr. Joshua Reed. But joining me in terms of the quality Q&A for Joshua is Professor Avery Williams of Morehouse College, my classmate and a friend. Over to you, Professor.
Hello, everybody. As BK said, thank you, Dr. Edmond. My name is Avery O. Williams, and I'm a professor as well as a graduate of Morehouse College. And that's one of the many things I'm proud of, but also I'm very proud of the program that we started at Morehouse approximately 10 years ago. It's called the Cinema, Television, and Emerging Media Studies Program. And basically, it is the film program at Morehouse College. Although it's a fairly new program, it's an incredibly robust program, meaning that we have been proudly churning out some amazing graduates. And one of the graduates that came from this program is the focus of tonight. A little bit about the program, we focus upon narrative storytelling, meaning that our films are designed to tell a particular story from beginning, middle, and end. So our students are trained in screenwriting, in cinematography, in film history, and all of the things necessary for them to become great storytellers. I must admit that every year or so, we have some great students that graduate, that become what we call poster children for the program. Joshua Reed is certainly one of those poster children. Whenever we brag about the program, his name inevitably surfaces. We've placed students at USC, UCLA, and of course NYU, the top film schools. And we are so incredibly proud of what Joshua did while he was a student at Morehouse and what he's doing now. And you will get a glimpse of what he's doing and be able to support him in the next several minutes. A little bit more about Josh. I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Edmond, and he can tell you about this young man.
Thank you very much. Joshua Reed is a freelance writer, director, and photographer. He has been working as an artist for over 5 years and has a variety of interests. His artistic passions are broad, from photojournalism, concert photography, and portraiture in his photographic work to satire, drama, and comedy in his cinematic work. In his eyes, the story you tell with your artwork is the most important component. He believes that well-made art can elevate every day to the extraordinary and even the revolutionary. Joshua is a graduate of Morehouse College and is currently pursuing an MFA in film and television production at New York's University Tisch School of the Arts. I'd like to say many of you may have seen Joshua because he handled the video and photography and prepared a special video for the Doctors We Can't Wait events that we had where we were mentoring students to go into the field of medicine. So we've worked with Joshua over 2 to 3 years, and we're just so excited to have you this evening. Joshua, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello, everyone. I would like to thank everyone for joining us tonight. It has been such a pleasure and an honor having people come around and rally around this project, and I am eternally grateful for your support. A little bit about this project. This was my senior thesis film at Morehouse College. To graduate from the CTIMS program, you have to create a thesis film as part of the graduation requirements. And when I was conceptualizing the idea, I wanted to try to hit on some themes that were universal. I think with this film, really the idea of communication, I was thinking, how do we communicate with one another? What does it mean to communicate? What does it mean to miscommunicate? And I thought that an interesting way to show that on the screen would be through not only music, which I think we see very well represented, but also sign language and ASL, American Sign Language, which is something you don't see Black people typically represented in. So I thought it would be interesting to tell a story surrounded with those themes. And yeah, I think I think it was received so well because it's so universal. It's a very simple story, but I am proud of it, and I'm proud that I had my Morehouse brothers and Spelman sisters and AUC family come together and help me make this film. And it was received well. It got into 4 film festivals around the country, which I'm very proud of. And yeah, I'm glad that everyone is here this evening to watch it.
Josh, let's just get right into it. Jad, Candace, let's switch over and show the video.
Gonna share the screen now. Be on standby. Thank you, everyone.
What is that? Something you wrote? It's nice. Oh, good. Cool. See, you work too hard. You need to calm down. Good night. Good night.
Yes? I'm sorry, I don't understand. I gotta go.
Seating you, bro. You're my brother, and I love you. And I know how amazing and talented, smart you are. But not everybody can be as open-minded about deaf culture. You're just as dope as anybody else. Right.
Is that how you say hello? All right. Hello. My name's Jasmine. I'm sorry about yesterday. I just sort of acted like a jerk and it wasn't right. I'm sorry. I love your music. How do I say that? How do you say love again? Love. I like that.
There you go. Gotcha. Excellent. Brothers, well done, well done, well done, well done. Oh, man. There you go. Are we back on?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Back on.
Excellent.
Joshua, hey, every time I see it, man, it gives me flashbacks. While it was showing, I was texting my older brother Rod because we had that same conversation in high school, except it wasn't a deaf issue. It was like, hey, he told me, hey, you're a great person, you're a great brother, and it's a classic big brother, big talk, pep talk to the younger brothers and stuff. Very quickly, I know you have a younger brother and stuff. How did this play with him? You know, when he saw it and stuff.
I think, me and my brother, I believe he's on this call right now. But I think with this, when writing the relationship between the two brothers, I think that just sort of, I don't know, bubbled to the surface. Me and my brother were very open with one another. We have talks like that all the time, real heart to heart. And I think that when I was writing that, I was reflecting what we have discussed and how open and honest we are with one another.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how that came through.
Beautiful thing. When you very quickly, number one, your actors are wonderful. But when you choose actors, what qualities do you look for in artists that you work with, whether it be cameramen, like, and now as you mature, what are those qualities that you're looking for?
I think, and Corbin and Jasenia are on, so I'll let them speak in a second.
Great.
But when I am looking for actors and just collaborators in general, I think for me, it is always really about, especially with actors, the subtlety. That's one thing that I liked with Corbin and Jasenia and Kyle, who's the brother who was on the couch, who's not on this call, but they all pay attention to the subtleties of the performance. Like when Jasenia is reacting to the violin song, that's her song that she's singing, the subtlety in her face as she listens to it and has the revelation. How Corbin was able to get across character moments in the performance of the actual playing of the violin. I think that was, for me, super important. Whenever I'm working with an actor, I think the subtlety and attention to detail is what I am looking for the most. But if Corbin and Jasenia can have their cameras and sound turned on, I'll let them speak as actors, what they look for with directors.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing?
Great, man. Hey, you guys got it going on. This is exciting. The group of people who are gathered are giving us some exciting comments and stuff. So the bottom line is, tell us a little bit about this short and stuff, and the message and what it meant to you.
Who's first?
Yeah, you can go first.
All right, but yeah, well, when Joshua first came to me about it, I thought it was something, it was something we probably never seen before, especially in our community. We don't see that kind of representation every day. So, I knew I had to really, focus and, hone in on bringing this character to life. And that's what I try to do to the best of my ability.
Excellent. Jasenia?
Yeah, I think the thing that still sticks with me about this story is, and Joshua touched on it earlier, just the connection. And I find also the catalyst and the tool of music to be that connection also, and getting your point across, and how we can all kind of express our love through art and music. That's always really touched me and connected with me about the story. And just like that relationship, I think starting out so rocky, but finding those connections and those things to really love each other with. So that's always been my favorite.
Excellent. Avery, you got some questions?
Yeah. So Josh, obviously you did this when you were a student and you're still a student now, and the film looks amazing, looks incredibly well. So you probably had millions of dollars and studio backing to do it. So can you tell other aspiring filmmakers what kind of resources did you have? How'd you pull this off?
Yeah, this was a really a group effort, and I mean that in the truest sense of the word. Like, the camera was borrowed from Benji, who is a good brother. He was a junior at the time we filmed this. I know the sound equipment came from another brother, Lance. He's a sophomore. I mean, it was, Solomon, another Morehouse brother, brought the lights. It was really, I was like, all right, y'all got it, you're bringing it. And that's really how it came together. But I think because everyone was really pulling their weight and everyone was really necessary to the production, that's how it came together. And I think because of that, we were able to get something that really, everyone really felt involved in it. And I think that's important for me when working on any film project. Everyone knows that, like, you're crucial. I need you here. And I really did need them there because that was their equipment.
Gotcha.
How many days shoot? How long was the shoot?
Oh, 3 days. It was 3 days. We did 2 days in sale and one in the apartment. Yeah.
Gotcha. And then, so I tell you what, can we, we're gonna go ahead, can we, how do we, as this is one of your first films, very quickly, how do people follow you, Josh, and how can people tie into your career? And Corbin, this goes for you and Jasenia as well as artists and stuff. Can you just give us a shout out to how we can kind of follow along with you guys over the coming years as you guys take even larger steps towards success?
Jasenia and Corbin, you all, I know you all been working, so you all go ahead. Yeah.
You got it, Jasenia.
Okay. Well, the first thing that comes to mind is social media. So everyone can follow me at Jasenia Ingram, JESSENIA INGRAM. So that's where we post most of the stuff. But yeah, the freelance life has been really awesome. I think it's always spicy and new. Never know what's gonna happen. So yeah, definitely follow along. That'd be awesome.
Great. Corbin.
And yeah, I'm most active on Instagram. That's where you can keep up with all the up-to-date posts as far as projects I'm working on, or whether it's a music gig, or all that kind of stuff. So yeah, my Instagram is _Corbin Allen.
Cool.
And what's that?
No, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, but yeah, I was just saying, yeah, I've been just working on short films, going to acting class, just trying to work on that craft and sharpen that saw, as well as still doing music gigs. I just came from a music gig about a couple of hours ago, so I'm still working. I'm working.
That's exciting. Before we move on to the next piece, Jasenia, back to you and stuff. What advice would you give for students who are interested in going into acting or going into this?
Great question. I mean, of course, classes and everything to enhance your skill and your tool set as much as you can. But I think the thing that I would emphasize the most is to look around and look at your peers and what your peers are doing, exactly like what Joshua did, because I mean, we were friends at school and have worked together multiple times, Corbin as well. The people who are around you are really the people that you're going to be growing and who will be in the same industry with you. So I think Issa Rae, I think, said this the best, not always trying to network up, but really looking at your community and those who are trying to do the same thing as you and working together.
Gotcha. Corbin, give us that bullet for what you tell people who are interested in the arts right now to motivate them.
Yeah, always tell them, know your why. Why are you doing this? A lot of people want to do this kind of stuff just to quote unquote be cute, or they just want to be seen, do something that's cool, or whereas art is more than just doing something cool. It's something that you can really feel and relate to, and you're doing it for the art in the overall craft, not just to see yourself on TV. So that's why I always try to tell people why are you what is your true intention behind this? And if it's pure, you'll be fine. But if not, then you'll crash and burn like the rest of them.
Well, extremely well said. Joshua, we're going to come back to you. And what we like to do very quickly, can you tell us, let's change gears just a second and talk to us about mic drop. And exactly, and that's one of the reasons why we were here. I think it was December 7th that Joshua contacted me and said, hey, I'm making this other, movie. And it's for my sophomore thesis. And I told him, I said, well, it just so happens I got just the people for you to talk to. And that's Candace and Jaja over at Dreamhouse Make a Difference Foundation, which is basically has been established in order to support the youth in the arts. And actually the first event that Dreamhouse Make a Difference did was the Youth Entertainment Summit that they had last January that featured Beyonce Knowles' father, as well as what's the baller, the big baller dad, as well as Jonathan Leonard. And basically they had a platform that was designed to give parents information they needed in order to get their children into the arts. But Joshua, take us on in the mic drop and tell us what I'm investing in.
For sure. So Mic Drop is my second year NYU graduate film. NYU is part of the matriculation and the curriculum. We have to do films each year, 3 films our first year, 1 film our second year, and a film or a thesis in our third year. Mic Drop is my second year film, follows a young rapper who's come to terms with the stagnation is in his career, as well as the success of his ex-girlfriend, the commercial success of his ex-girlfriend. I think for me, the idea of working with someone and then someone taking off, or someone that you worked with surpassing you, I think is something that, I mean, I know all the artists on this call can relate to. And I know it's also a universal feeling of, oh, we work together and now someone is ahead of me. And what does that mean? You know, the complicated feelings behind that, because I think it's more complicated than people would like to admit. As some of you may have seen in the email, I've already raised most of the money, but do need a little bit to put us over the edge. At film school, we are provided with equipment and resources with the faculty and staff, but we still are pretty much required to get some of most of our funding together. And Niall, Marshall, and Kristen, who you all will hear from in a minute, who are my classmates, they can speak to that if they feel so inclined. But that's the project. That's Mic Drop. That's my next big thing. I am submitting another project into some festivals. I completed a project during the pandemic, and that's being shopped around. But my next big thing is Mic Drop. It's probably the biggest project I've taken on so far, which is why I appreciate all the support and the community that has come together to fund some of my dream. And I'm just hoping I can do right by you all. And if Kristen, Niall, Shivani, and Marshall, if you all are still present with us, just give us a wave. I want to introduce you to the folks at home. Cool. So I'll let you all introduce yourselves. I've done enough talking. I have a tendency to talk a lot, so I'm just gonna let you all introduce yourselves. Kristen, since you've been my producer, can you set it off?
Hi, everyone. My name is Kristen St. John. Sorry, my voice, I'm sick. But yeah, I'm a second year grad film student at NYU too. I'm a director, but for this production, I'll be the producer, and I love the script, and I'm just excited to be a part of the team. So.
Niall, you've seen the script in multiple drafts. You wanna introduce yourself?
Hey everyone, I'm Niall. I'm also a second year at NYU. I'll be doing the sound for Mic Drop. Excited to work on the project. I've seen it in a few drafts and its evolution. It's interesting to see you still also explore themes of communication, which I think are clear and relevant in this project as well. One of the things I love too, as you touched on, is the comparisons that I think a lot of us in our generation still go through due to via social media and things like that. Looking at everyone else's trajectory and where that falls for you, and then reflecting on that for yourself with introspection, I think is amazing. So I'm excited to do some sound.
Marshall, you want to go next? Cameraman.
Hey everyone, I'm Marshall. I'm a director and DP at NYU grad film second year. And I remember reading this script, Mic Drop, I think it was our first writing class. And I came to Joshua, I was like, man, I have to shoot this film because it was just so relatable. And just being a Black person and an artist, I was like, this is great content, a great story to tell and put on the screen. So I'm really excited to finally film it, when we finally get to going, and I'm hyped. So thank you for bringing me on board on this.
And Shivani, last but not least.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to be acting in my, just what everyone else. I think any artist, any supporter of the arts, it can be really easy to forget the mental challenges that come with, so I'm really grateful, that Joshua is working to tell this story. And then just in general, I'm excited to share the stories of artists of color, artists of diverse backgrounds and experiences that are never really shared, I guess. And like everyone else said, I was so beyond thrilled when I read the script because I've genuinely never read a script like this, at least on like the smaller projects that I've worked on so far. So yeah, I'm like really grateful to be able to work on this project. And yeah, super excited for the next few weeks.
Cool. Cool. I believe our leading man, Jiro, is in the waiting room. We'll give him a second to try to get in, but this is part of the team. I'm really grateful for them and all that they've done for me. They have, they know I'm always texting them like frantically and they keep me grounded and I appreciate them. And there's Ajiro. Ajiro, you want to introduce yourself, man, real quick? Let's say hi to the folks at home.
Hi everyone, good evening. My name is Adro and I am the lead in the new film Mic Drop. So I don't know if you want me to start.
Yeah, just give a little, introduce yourself. What have you done so far? How do you feel about the script? Let's keep it light.
Okay, so I mean, I'm still in college right now. I've done a couple. I've just finished up at the Met Opera, so I'm super excited to be a part of this film. I mean, I think the story is really relevant to me personally. Just, it's about an upcoming artist, and he's just struggling with he's just struggling with him as an artist and seeing the people around him blow up faster than him, and that's kind of relevant to me. So, just to portray that story is going to be exciting. The chemistry that we have already had, we've only had one practice already, and the chemistry is really great. And just Joshua, how he's communicating with us is amazing as well. So I'm super excited to continue this.
Cool. Thank you so much. So these are people I've worked with and people I will work with and will continue to work with. And I appreciate them. And I feel like I don't say it enough, but these are a great group of folks. So yeah.
Let me jump into this, the work with part, because I do want to mention this. Joshua, you have been nurtured by two dynamic academic families. First, it was Morehouse, and now it's NYU. And for Kristen Marshall and Niles, I'm also a graduate of NYU Tisch School of the Arts. And I just want to say, man, this is incredibly beautiful. And I'm just curious, because we know that life moves on. So after you do Mic Drop, man, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Now, you probably won't be great like Dr. Edmond is, but where do you see yourself? So, because we're investing in you. And so we want to know where's this going? Where's Joshua Reed in 5 years after this?
5 years, with everything that's going on in the world, who knows? But I do know that I will be continuing to write and direct. That's what I love. That's what gets me up in the morning. And I have a couple ideas for longer projects, for feature films. And I'm trying to, just have those actualize and realize as we move forward. So hopefully, you see me on the big screen. That's what I want. And I have support and a great group of people that I'm working with who I know can get me there. So definitely still writing and directing. I don't want to reveal the ideas just yet. It's in the early stages. I do have a couple things in the works. So yeah.
Very good, man. We're proud of you.
Thank you.
Doctor? You're on mute, Dr. Edmond.
You're muted. You're muted, Doc.
Hey, number one, first of all, ain't nothing wrong with gray hair. Okay, this is a good thing, okay. Hey, Marshall, I hope you get gray hair too. Everybody. The bottom line is, the first thing I want to do is I want to thank Shivani, Marshall, your team, Joshua. I want them to understand that in working with you, I hope, guys, that he's a conduit for you to come into that AUC family that we have down in Atlanta. And I hope that what we're doing tonight, whatever ends up coming up as a result from it in terms of funds and resources and revenue, I hope it inspires you and lets you know that as you step out and pursue your goals, that people in your community are actually sitting there waiting and hoping and anxious to step forward and help young people who are outstanding role models like each one of you guys make your dreams come true. And the bottom line is people always talk about some generational gap or something like that. Every single one of us here had to step out on faith at some time in whatever profession that we decided to go into. And all we want to do at Dreamhouse Make a Difference Foundation is just make sure that people such as yourself keep moving in the right direction. And we hope the resources and revenues that we raise help you. I want to refer everybody to the chat room. If you haven't made it to the chat room, if you'd like to make a donation, please do so. But there are a couple of guys. I do want to shout out Joe Press, who stepped up in a very, very big way from the jump streak to give us momentum in terms of raising funds for Joshua. I'd also like to recognize a Roku TV station and a video team we've worked with before called Smogo. And basically they've agreed to make $1,000 donation. And we're going to get together Tuesday and actually have the Mic Drop team along with Dreamhouse Make a Difference Foundation interviewed on their TV station. So we look forward to seeing other opportunities spring forth from just us coming forward. So as we make small steps, you'll see the communities just looking for opportunities to help somebody make stories and get their story told, such as yourself, Josh. Guys, we're gonna keep it kind of tight. We're about 5 or 10 minutes over, but the first, in closing out, I'd like to give a couple of people an opportunity to make some comments. Dr. Williams, Professor Williams, can you give us some closing comments?
Yeah, I'll quote something from the movie. One of my favorite movies, maybe one of yours, is Shawshank Redemption. And there's a line that Morgan Freeman's character says. He says, "Get busy living or get busy dying." And Joshua Reed, you are busy living, brother, and doing it. And I see the work. I love it. And man, we just look forward to you and the rest of your team, all of you all, Corbin, Shivani, Jacinia, Niall, Njiro, Marshall, and Kristen. I think I called them all. Right. Doing it. You all are living and doing it.
Amen. Very quickly, we're going to, the Dreamhouse Make a Difference team, Candace White and Joshua Lambert. Can you give us some take-home comments? And we're going to have Josh close us out. I'm going to have Josh speak, and then I'll give the last words. But Candace and Jaja, can you both give us some comments? Because the reality is that the Dreamhouse Make a Difference Foundation is responsible for this whole thing. And I want to thank you on behalf of young aspiring artists for what you've done in the past, and especially how you're starting off the year of 2022. Because if this is what you're doing half a week into the year, this year is going to be really, really, really a really great thing for you. Jaja and Candace, can you give us some words?
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. First, we'd like to say, just thank you all for being here. Thank you, Joshua, just for allowing us to showcase your platform, and for all of you that have donated and supported thus far. The Dreamhouse Make a Difference Foundation exists not only to encourage and empower students and youth and young adults to tell them to go out there and pursue their passion and purpose, but we're about putting action behind it and helping them to walk in that greatness as well.
Amen.
Yeah, as Candace mentioned, as everyone listens to everyone on the screen today, you can see this is why we're here. This is why Candace and I have co-founded the Dreamhouse Make a Difference Foundation, to just create meaningful shifts in the lives of the young adults that you see on the screen. I mean, as you see, doing events, resources, and just really getting the community and people that have already walked in their footsteps to be able to, whether it's contribute, give advice, mentor, whatever it is, and just help them out, because we all were where they are at one point. And that's why the foundation exists.
Amen. Amen for Dream House. Joshua?
And thank you for Dr. Edmond and Avery and Candace and I. You know, the Love for Our Foundation and why we started honestly was at Morehouse. So we have nothing but love for Morehouse College. We started at the association where we created meaningful shifts and provide and assisted the students and you know, just did events and everything that we're doing now, we did at the association. So we have nothing but love for Morehouse College. And that's why we, you know, without Morehouse, we wouldn't have had the wits to even start our own foundation from what we've done there. So thank you, everyone.
Joshua, give us some take home. Give us that take home.
There's been I mean, everything has been, no, I'm playing. I just want to say thank you to everyone. The faces you see on this call have helped me in my journey, not only as a filmmaker, but as just a human. And I don't say that lightly. All the relationships I have with you all has helped me grow as an artist. And I thank you all for that. I thank you all for everyone who showed up and donated. It's appreciated more than words can express. And if you want to follow me on my filmmaking journey, I do have a website, www.jtr-productions.com. The dash is important. If you don't put the dash in, it takes you to like a car dealership website. So that's www.jtr-productions.com. And then I'm also on Instagram, J_SHWAHH, Jay Schwa. It's a high school nickname that just stuck, so I use it for my Instagram handle. Again, thank you all so much. I'm glad I was able to share this time with you all, and thank you all for spending your evening with us. It's much appreciated.
Gotcha. As we close out, once again, oh, Josh, hey, I really like the way you thank your mom and your dad and your brother, okay?
Yeah, mom and dad, and I mean, they're the first producers. They're the first producers, man.
Okay, don't ever say I didn't do anything good for you. But the reality is guys, hey, let's be uplifting and positive as we go into this year. As we close out, keep your ear to the ground for Dream House Make a Difference Foundation. We're going to be having a women's summit in the coming months. We're also going to be having a summit for African-American young men called the Boys to Men Summit. Of course, they've been helping me with the B. Edmond Project. We've been doing great things in terms of spreading breast cancer awareness through an innovative short story called Nana and the Bushwoman. But the reality is that Dream House Make a Difference is making it happen and stuff. Jaja, Candace, more power to you. And we'll send out information on the regular. Hey, Corbin, all the actors, the young brothers and sisters that are making it happen, man. Hey, you got our utmost respect, but more than that, you got our utmost support. Okay. God bless y'all, man.
Thank you, Dr. Eggman. You know, you
got it, brother.
You pull it together, man.
Hey, you know how I told you they could make it happen.
Thank you all for coming out. Thank you, everyone who attended the event. Thank you.
Let's do it, man. All right, guys. Strong work. Strong work. All right. Peace, y'all. All right.